the defined term specification appeared within FIDIC Red Book across 4 decades. Now, as you can see here, in 1977 version of the FIDIC Red Book, the word specification has been defined as the document referred in the tender. Now, assume a scenario wherein the employer expects alternative bids, alternative tenders from the tenderer, and a smart contractor, a smart tenderer comes up with some alternative solutions which is going beyond what is stipulated within the tender. For example, in place of a cast in situ concrete slab, the tenderer refers to a pre-stressed concrete slab. In place of a cast in situ panels, the tenderer proposes to have precast panels. In place of a sand cement conventional blockwork, the tenderer proposes to have autoclaved aerated blockwork. For your example, for your information, autoclaved aerated blockworks are the blockwork which are lighter in weight than the conventional blocks, which can easily be handled and which has got a more thermal capacity. Also, the size of autoclaved aerated blocks are twice the size of that of the sand cement blockwork. So that is some sort of an ease of construction, and it is an innovative method of altering the conventional construction materials. So when the tenderer comes up with such a proposal, perhaps there may not be a specification contained within the initial tender pertaining to that particular alternative, but the employer opts to go for that because the alternative tender submission is economical and it is more feasible, and employer loves that one. Therefore, engineer wanted to draft certain specification which is related to the new proposal which is given by the contractor. Now here, when you talk about the 1977 version, the word, the specification referred in the tender does not fall into that category. That is why within the form of agreement, when you sign the contract, any other document which is forming the part of the contract is also specified. FIDIC 1987 version identified this anomaly. This has now been addressed within this particular version. Specification, if it is not referred in the tender, it can also be contained and included within the contract. And instead of the word referred, the FIDIC used the word included, which is more specific and appropriate. Now there is another thing. When you issue a tender for a fit-out work package and by mistake you included a road specification within the fit-out work package, you know that it is not appropriate, it is not applicable to the works which is going to be completed as per the contract. Therefore, FIDIC 1987 included the specification, means specification related to the works. It is not merely what is being specified, what is being referred in the tender, because a road specification has got nothing to do with the interior fit-out contract. But as per 1977 version, specification referred to in the tender is also part of the word specification, the defined term specification, which starts with an S. Now, when it comes to the 1999 version, there was another anomaly which was found by the FIDIC drafters. Now, again going back to 1987 version, you can see the specification means the specification of the works included within the contract and any modification or additions hereinafter. What does that mean? So, if somebody reads this particular sentence as a single sense, somebody may be opted to think that the specification is frequently changing, the specification is frequently altering. In order to make a full stop into that wrong notion, FIDIC added that vital comma between the word contract and the word and. As I have told you, the word comma will definitely cluster the meaning of a sentence. Therefore, FIDIC 99 version onwards, it says the specification included within the contract, comma, so that means that is one cluster, and any modifications and additions which is referred to. What does that mean? That means in the contract, there are certain ways and means that a specification can be altered. For example, if there is a variation which has been issued, in that particular instance only the specification can be modified. If there is any sort of a design portion included within the contract, that can also be considered within this particular second portion of the definition of the specification. But it does not necessarily mean that the specification has to be frequently subjected to a change. Therefore, this particular comma is very vital in order to comprehend the perfect sense of the defined term specification. And there is another thing which I wanted to tell you. Now here it says the specification is related to the works. Why do you mean it is related to the works? Because there may be certain other specification which may be used as an ancillary to the specification, the word specification. This is also important in order for you to understand one. Now I believe you understood what is the real meaning of the defined term specification as appeared in the FIDIC Red Book across 4 decades. There's another thing which I wanted to tell you. In 2017 version, the drafters identified that there is an additional comma which is in the first line of the definition, which is appeared in FIDIC 99 version. That particular comma has been taken out because you should not use unnecessary commas in the sentence if it does not add value to the meaning of that particular definition. I believe now you understood comprehensively what is the meaning of the word specification, which is a defined term under FIDIC Red Book across 4 decades. Thank you.